and Thailand. Abstract. This study explores the implementation of transformational leadership in higher education institutions in Indonesia and Thailand. Amid global crises, such leadership becomes crucial in driving innovation, improving institutional resilience, and fostering international collaboration. Using a mixed method approach involving interviews and surveys among academic leaders in both countries, the research identifies core leadership dimensions and cultural adaptations. The findings reveal that although the transformational leadership model is embraced in both nations, contextual differences shape its execution and outcomes. This comparative analysis provides insights into regional academic leadership development aligned with ASEAN education integration goals. Keywords: transformational leadership, higher education, ASEAN, Indonesia, Thailand, comparative study. Introduction. In the face of global challenges, such as the COVID-19 pandemic and climate change, higher education institutions must adopt leadership models that ensure adaptability, innovation, and inclusiveness. Transformational leadership, characterized by inspiration, intellectual stimulation, and individualized consideration, has emerged as a potent model. While this model has been extensively studied in Western contexts, limited comparative research exists on its application in Southeast Asia, particularly between Indonesia and Thailand. This study aims to fill that gap by analyzing the implementation and impact of transformational leadership in select universities across the two nations. Number 2, literature review. Based in Avolio's 1994 transformational leadership theory serves as the primary theoretical framework. Prior studies in Asia, Mooney et al. 2006, Nguyen et al. 2020, have shown the model's potential in enhancing organizational outcomes. However, cultural contexts influence leadership perceptions and practices. Hofstede, 1984. In Indonesia and Thailand, collectivist values and hierarchical traditions may shape how transformational leadership manifests. Number 3, methodology. A mixed method approach was used. Qualitative. In-depth interviews with 10 university rectors and vice-rectors from Indonesia, ITB AAS, UMAHE, and Thailand, RMUTK. Quantitative. Survey of 120 faculty leaders and administrators using the Multi-Factor Leadership Questionnaire, MLQ-5X. Analysis. Thematic coding for qualitative data and descriptive statistics, plus regression analysis for survey results. Ethical approval was obtained from both institutional review boards. Number 4. Results and discussion. The study reveals both commonalities and differences. Shared traits: vision communication, empowerment of academic staff, and motivation through shared goals. Indonesian context: greater emphasis on religious and community values in decision-making. Thai context: stronger reliance on consensus and royal moral philosophy. Regression analysis shows a significant correlation, P.01, between transformational leadership and institutional performance indicators, e.g. Internationalization Index, student satisfaction. Discussion. The leadership model aligns well with ASEAN integration goals. However, culturally responsive adaptations are essential. Leadership training programs must reflect these nuances. And 5, conclusion. Transformational leadership serves as a unifying and progressive model for higher education development in ASEAN. Differences in cultural interpretation and institutional dynamics between Indonesia and Thailand enrich its application. Policymakers and university leaders should invest in context-sensitive leadership development frameworks that advance regional cooperation and educational excellence. Nashik 6 acknowledgement. This research is supported by ITB AAS Surakarta, Universitas Mari Qasim Latif, UMAHA Sidoarjo, and Rajamangala University of Technology Krungthep, RMUTK, Thailand. We thank all participating academic leaders and research assistants. 7 references. Base DM and Avolio BJ, 1994. Improving Organizational Effectiveness Through Transformational Leadership. Sage Publications. Hofstede, 1984. Culture's Consequences. International Differences in Work-Related Values. Nguyen PM, Turlau C, and Pilot A, 2020. Culturally Appropriate Leadership in Higher Education in Southeast Asia. Guni S, Sligers P, and Denessen E, 2006. Transformational and transactional leadership effects on teachers, job satisfaction, organizational commitment, and organizational citizenship behavior. School Effectiveness and School Improvement, C. Bevan 2, 145 to 177. Jika Anda setuju, saya akan lanjut ke Artikel 2. Internationalized MBKM Curriculum Innovation in ASEAN Higher Education. Silakan ketik lanjut ke Artikel 2.
Mustahil cintaku dapat terpadamkan selama jantungku berdebu. Apa mau kan putus. Tuhan menciptakan dirimu yang tiada celah.
Berikut adalah Artikel 2 dalam Bahasa Inggris berdasarkan template Jurnal Terindeks Scopus. Title, Internationalized MBKM Curriculum Innovation in ASEAN Higher Education, Policy and Practice from Indonesia and Thailand. Abstract. The Merdeka Belajar Campus Merdeka MBKM initiative has transformed Indonesia.
Lelaki tak memuja-muja sempurna.
Berikut adalah Artikel 2 dalam Bahasa Inggris berdasarkan template Jurnal Terindeks Scopus. Title, Internationalized MBKM Curriculum Innovation in ASEAN Higher Education, Policy and Practice from Indonesia. Abstract. The Merdeka Belajar Campus Merdeka MBKM initiative has transformed Indonesian higher education, emphasizing student autonomy, cross-institutional learning, and international collaboration. This study examines how MBKM-inspired curricular innovation aligns with ASEAN internationalization goals, focusing on comparative practices in Indonesia and Thailand. Utilizing document analysis and interviews with curriculum developers, the research reveals both convergences and divergences in policy implementation, academic freedom, and student mobility programs. Recommendations include harmonization frameworks to facilitate mutual credit recognition and joint degrees across ASEAN. Keywords MBKM, curriculum innovation, ASEAN higher education, Indonesia, Thailand, student mobility, internationalization. NOR1 introduction. As ASEAN moves toward a cohesive educational framework, curriculum internationalization becomes essential. Indonesia's MBKM policy, launched by the Ministry of Education and Culture in 2020, advocates transformative approaches to curriculum, allowing students to learn beyond their home departments and institutions, even internationally. Thailand's higher education reforms similarly promote flexible learning paths and global exposure. This article explores how both countries implement curriculum innovation to align with ASEAN internationalization strategies. TUMP. Literature review. Curriculum internationalization refers to the integration of global dimensions into teaching, research, and service. Knight, 2004. The MBKM framework emphasizes experiential learning, interdisciplinary exposure, and international mobility. Meanwhile, Thailand's OA, Office of the Higher Education Commission, promotes programs like AIMS, ASEAN International Mobility for Students. However, alignment issues such as credit recognition, language, and accreditation remain challenges. Tran and Marginson, 2023, Methodology. This qualitative study employed document analysis, national MBKM policy documents, Thai 8E strategic plans, and ASEAN higher education integration framework. Semi-structured interviews with 15 curriculum developers from ITB-AS, UMAHA, and RMUTK. Comparative analysis using the CPIC Context Input Process Product Evaluation Model. Results and discussion. Findings show several innovations. Indonesia, MBKM, offers 8 activity options including internships, community service, entrepreneurship, and international programs. Most programs still rely on partnerships with domestic or ASEAN institutions. Thailand focuses on exchange programs with strong academic support structures but limited institutional autonomy in redesigning curricula. Convergences, commitment to ASEAN qualifications using use of English medium instruction, EMI, rise in digital learning platforms post-COVID-19. Challenges, uneven infrastructure support, lack of standardized credit transfer systems, disparities in faculty readiness and digital competencies, The analysis also reveals a gap in joint degree programs due to regulatory barriers. 5. Conclusion. The MBKM framework, while transformative for Indonesian education, requires structural alignment with ASEAN partners. Thailand's parallel reforms indicate potential for convergence, but deeper institutional collaboration is needed. Creating joint ASEAN-accredited programs, static credential standards, and enhancing faculty exchange will drive curricular harmonization. Number 6. Acknowledgement. This study is a collaborative project of ITB AS Surakarta, Umaha Sidoarjo, and RMUTK Thailand, supported by the ASEAN Higher Education Research Network Home. Number 7. References. Knight, J. 2004. Internationalization Remodeled. Definition, Approaches, and Rationales. Journal of Studies in International Education. Tran LT and Marginson S. 2020. Higher Education in the ASEAN Region. Regional and National Agendas. Routledge. Ministry of Education and Culture Indonesia 2020. MBKM Guidelines. OAK Thailand 2019. Strategic Plan for Internationalization of Thai Higher Education. Jika Anda siap, saya akan melanjutkan.